So employer branding memory is really about companies creating a reputation on the market as an employer. So it's really about building your brand as an employer in the market.
Yeah. So it's building a brand as an employer on the market. Why should employers be concerned with employer branding?
So this is definitely something employers should be concerned about, especially in a competitive market, because employer branding is what helps you to attract the best talent for your company. And today in our market, we have what is basically what we call a talent. It's a talent dilemma, really, where we have high unemployment but very little talent. So to attract that talent that is there in the market, you have to have a good employer brand. But not only this, to retain the existing employees that you have in your company, to keep them, you also must have an employer brand. Otherwise, those with more powerful brands will take your employees away from you. And again, if you have a good employer brand, it also connects all the way to your customer experience. Because when your employees are happy and they're satisfied and they're engaged, the way they treat your clients is also good. So your customers actually feel a good customer experience just talking to your employees. So I think those are the three main benefits, if I can.
Okay, as a follow-up question, Precious, if we look at recent developments in the country, there is a lot of anticipation in terms of economic growth, employment creation, and very likely we are also going to see people probably coming from the diaspora joining the local market, South Africa, the UK. We've got so many Zimbabweans who are out. Is that going to have any impact in terms of competition for labor?
Definitely it will have. I mean, most companies today are actually looking at employing people that have had some international exposure, because I mean this will give them a leverage and it will perhaps give them a step ahead of others. And so people that are coming from the diaspora definitely will present some stiff competition in the market, and companies that are looking to attract that talent from the diaspora have to have their things in order and have to ensure that their employer brands are powerful enough to attract the best.
Okay, from your interaction with fellow HR professionals, are local employers doing anything about employer branding? If not, why? And if yes, what are they doing?
So there are some that are actually doing quite a lot on employer branding, and then there are some who have not really started working on it. So you will see companies that we'll talk, for example, there are companies that participate a lot in career fairs in universities. There are companies that do a lot of internship programs, a lot of apprenticeship programs. There are ways of building the employer brand. But there are also other ways that a lot of companies in Zimbabwe are not exploring. Like when we talk about building an employer brand, we're also talking about making sure that the company exists far away from its products and services. So, for example, if I will give you a Lafarge example. Lafarge created one of our millennial employees came up with an idea that Lafarge needed to exist beyond cement and beyond today. And we needed to connect with the young generation, and that he was talking about 5-year-olds. And he was saying, we need to ensure that those kids have a connection with the brand away from cement, so that by the time they want to buy cement or they want to choose an employer, they will somehow just say, I want that company. I don't know why, but I grew up.
I've got an attachment.
I have an attachment with this company, yeah. So what he did is he created a cartoon character which espouses Lafarge values. So this cartoon character is called Super Safe, the cement man. And Super Safe is all about safety. Lafarge is all about health and safety. And he teaches kids road safety, home safety, etc. And that cartoon, you'll see it in the Sunday Mail every Sunday. It's also available on our social media platforms. And it has appealed to kids in a very big way. We also had the mascot of that cartoon at the Harare Agricultural Show. And kids love the cartoon. They love him. And so they are connecting with him today, not because of the cement, not because of our products, but because of who he is. And that will feed into an employee value proposition the day the guy wants to choose a job to go into. So that's one of the ways that Zimbabwean companies can also build their employer brands.